Meghan Markle's fake bump scandal returns. Anniversary photos spark new fury. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. You are not going to believe what has just happened in the world of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Breaking news. Meghan has finally decided to address those persistent, shall we say, fake pregnancy rumors with her latest Instagram post. Now, you'd think after all this time, she'd just put it all to rest, right? Show the world. Put a stop to the whispers. But guess what? She has failed. And she has failed badly. Because there are so many things wrong with this latest attempt, on so many different levels. It's almost hard to know where to start. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? Because this latest move from Meghan, well, it certainly caught my eye, and it seems the eyes of many of you as well. First, let's talk about why this post suddenly appeared. For those of you who don't keep meticulous track of their every move, and honestly, who can blame you? It's their 7-year wedding anniversary. Yes, 7 years of marriage. A lifetime of stories, as she so eloquently puts it. A lifetime of stories indeed. Wouldn't you say? Some might call it a love story. Others might call it a nightmare story. Choose your flavor. Honey. Either way, she put out this post on Instagram full of photos, supposedly celebrating their time together. She even included a little thank you to all of you, whether by our side or from afar, who have loved and supported us throughout our love story. And we appreciate you. Oh, who's really happy here? Guys, that's the real question, isn't it? But this is the thing, right? A lot of you out there, a lot of the eagle-eyed sleuths on Twitter, you've been looking at this post, really looking at it, and you're asking the same questions I am. Is she actually trying to respond to these persistent fake pregnancy rumors with this post? Because if so, she has made things a whole lot worse. She has failed big time. Let's take a little trip down a rabbit hole, shall we? Just a couple of seconds of exploring the reaction to this post. Now, this tweet here, from No Monarch in America at @Queenie61, makes a really good point. She says, and I quote, "Why does Meghan always put out photos that are so far away and blurry?" And you know what? It's a question many of us have asked time and time again, isn't it? Why? Indeed. I wonder why she always makes sure the photos of certain individuals, especially the youngest members of their, shall we say, unit, are always so far away, so blurry, so obscured. Is it because it will be difficult for us, the public, to see whether this alleged picture of Archie and Lilibet is the real Archie and Lilibet? It makes you think, doesn't it? Because let's just put it out there. We all remember when Harry himself, the dutiful father, was turning around and saying that little Lilibet, you know, allegedly little Lilibet, has the same red hair as him. The same ginger locks that run through the Windsor side of the family. Okay, sure. But then, the few times we've supposedly caught a glimpse of her, or the few photos they've released, what do we see? We see a child with hair that looks an awful lot like, well, like young Meghan's hair used to look before she allegedly started altering it. And we've seen photos of young Meghan, haven't we? We've seen that beautiful, full American afro hair that she was born with. We all have different hair types, of course. But the hair we've seen on allegedly Lilibet just doesn't seem to match. Now, look at this picture on the screen right now. This is Meghan Markle as a child. Look at that beautiful, beautiful head of hair. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? So much volume, so much curl. That's part of her heritage, something to be proud of. Now, look back at the blurry photo that's supposedly little Lilibet. Do you see that beautiful American afro hair there? I know I don't. And a lot of you lot out there, you don't see it either. And that raises questions, doesn't it? Big, fundamental questions that they seem completely unwilling or unable to answer with any sort of clear, verifiable evidence. Instead, we get these distant, blurry photos, almost as if they are designed not to be scrutinized, designed not to allow for any sort of comparison or verification. It's very, very interesting. Don't you think? It's almost as if they're trying to hide something. And that brings us back to the other problematic element of this latest Instagram post that has got everyone talking. Thanks to Sue Smith, also known as @LongSolly on Twitter, and she made a really good point, one that echoes the sentiments of so many people who saw this photo wall. She said, and I quote, "For their 7-year anniversary, Meghan decided to show pictures nobody has ever seen, including one trying to prove she actually was pregnant. Tell me you're watching social media without telling me you're watching social media." And she's absolutely right. This feels like a direct response, a desperate attempt to shut down the loudest, most persistent rumors about her. But oh boy, did it backfire spectacularly, because included in this collage, among the carefully curated photos of their seemingly idyllic life away from the toxicity of the monarchy, is what appears to be a sonogram. Yes, a sonogram. A picture supposedly from one of her pregnancies, probably meant to silence the fake bump crowd once and for all. But when you look at it closely, it just raises even more questions. Let's look at this close-up. You see this picture right here? This is the sonogram she included. Now, a real sonogram, one that you'd get from a doctor's office, usually has identifying information on it, right? It has the patient's name, the date, maybe the clinic name, certainly the baby's name, or at least a patient ID linked to the mother. This sonogram, well, it's strategically folded, isn't it? Look at it closely. You can see the crease where the paper is bent over. Why is it folded over? What is she hiding? Is it the name of the mother? Is it the name of the child? Is it the date? Or perhaps, is it proof that this sonogram belongs to someone entirely different? Because, as many have pointed out, this could be anyone's sonogram. It could be a stock photo, for all we know. It could be a sonogram from a friend, from an acquaintance, from someone who has absolutely nothing to do with Meghan Markle or her pregnancies. There's no way to verify that this sonogram is hers, for one of her alleged pregnancies, for one of her alleged children. None whatsoever. The crucial details are completely obscured. And then there's the picture right next to it, supposedly of Meghan herself, looking pregnant, with a hand on her belly, just like all expectant mothers do. A lovely, natural pose. Except, look at the way the bump appears. Look at the strange folds, the unnatural shape. It looks, and again, this is just my opinion, my conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, but it looks like a bump that's just, well, stuck on her. Almost like one of those prosthetic bumps. And you can almost see, if you look very closely, where it seems to be attached. See these little lines here, where the shadows are? And here? It really does look like there are wires or straps or some sort of mechanism going around her, fixing this prosthetic bump in place. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't hang naturally. It just looks fixed. It looks like something that's been artificially placed there. And coming from someone who has been dogged by fake bump rumors for years, putting this photo out as proof of her pregnancy is, frankly, astonishing. It's like she's trying to confirm the very rumors she claims to want to put to bed. So, firstly, we've got the photo of the alleged children, blurry, far away, with hair that doesn't seem to match the narrative Harry himself presented. Secondly, we've got the sonogram, conveniently folded to hide any identifying information, completely unverifiable. Thirdly, we've got the picture of her pregnant, which frankly looks incredibly suspicious, like a prosthetic bump held on by straps or wires. Do you see something wrong with this picture? I know I do. Just like with the sonogram. The details are obscured. They look unnatural. We don't really know if that's actually Archie or Lilibet in the ultrasound, because there's no name, no date, nothing to link it definitively to her or her children. And the image of her pregnant just fuels the very theories she's supposedly trying to debunk. It doesn't look like a natural pregnancy bump. It looks fabricated. It looks fake. It looks like something is holding it in place. And we all remember this, don't we? The infamous Bumpgate incident from the 14th of January, 2019. She walked into an event looking visibly pregnant. A significant bump on display. And then she walked out of the very same event just hours later. And that significant bump had Well, it had significantly reduced in size, almost vanished. It was like she'd been on a miraculous, super-fast diet and just slimmed down in the space of a few hours. I'd certainly like to know that secret. Wouldn't you? Look at the side-by-side comparison here. Attending the event, leaving the event. The difference is stark. It's undeniable. And for years, people have been asking, how is this possible? Unless, of course, the bump wasn't real to begin with. Unless it was something that could be adjusted. So, when you put all of this together, the history of questionable bumps, the consistently blurry photos of the children, the obscured, unverifiable sonogram, and now this latest photo of her pregnant that looks incredibly unnatural, what conclusion are you supposed to draw? Meghan wants us to believe she's trying to quash the fake pregnancy rumors. She wants us to see this photo wall as proof of their real life, their real children, her real pregnancies. But instead, it just reinforces the deep skepticism that so many people have. It feels less like a genuine sharing of memories and more like a desperate, clumsy attempt at damage control that has backfired terribly. It's almost comical how badly she's failed here. Because if this was her attempt to prove she was actually pregnant, to silence the doubter, to finally put the fake bump theories to rest, she has failed badly. She hasn't provided any proof. She's provided more questions. She's provided more blurry images, more obscure details, more opportunities for people to point and say, see, something isn't right here. And that's why I said at the very beginning, Meghan seemingly has responded to the fake pregnancy rumors on her latest Instagram post. But she has failed. She has failed badly because there are so many things wrong with it. As I've just pointed out to you guys. The blurry children, the obscured sonogram, the suspicious-looking pregnant photo, all against the backdrop of past incidents that have already raised serious doubts. It just doesn't add up. It looks dodgier than ever. So, what do you guys think? Do you believe these photos are genuine proof of Meghan's pregnancies and children? Or do you think, like so many of us, that this is just another attempt to manipulate the narrative? And one that has failed spectacularly, only fueling the very rumors she claims to want to stop? Do you think this is Meghan trying to respond and squash the fake pregnancy rumors, but failing miserably in the process? Let me know in the comments down below. I read all of your comments, and I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and insights. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces and your sharp eyes. And until the next time, you guys, laters.